Picture this. You are RSG, and you are playing in the MPL Singapore Grand Finals. You're one game away from winning the championship, and book your spot in the M Series World Championship. Having won the previous 3 MPL Grand Finals, you're confident that you have this game in the bag. And sure enough, you are now inside the enemy base. The arena is roaring. The dynasty is seconds away from its 4th consecutive crown.
The ladies and gentlemen, RSG has done it!
But then, you threw it all away.
Hey, don't celebrate, guys.
Don't celebrate!
Now, in order to understand why this is considered the biggest throw in Mobile Legends, you need to understand the stakes behind it. You need to understand everything both teams had been through up to this point. Once upon a time, RSG Singapore were a powerhouse, a team that had dominated MPL SG, winning 3 consecutive championships and cementing themselves as the region's powerhouse. And of course, this was no easy feat, because MPL is where the region's best teams clash for a shot at the M World Championship. And to do it 3 times in a row, that's something special.
The same accomplishments as EVOS, but now we overtook them and be the first team to get 3 championships in a row. I think that's quite an achievement.
And at the center of it all was this roster. Bray was their superstar jungler and a multiple-time MVP, who played with a level of confidence that terrified opponents. He was the engine of the machine.
Manages to push him aside, but is it gonna be enough? Bray and Melissa and Oki are the only 2 fighting back, but no! From the back line. Now Bray, he's still alive!
Together, they weren't just strong, they were unstoppable.
Oki and Benny.
Oh! Nice.
You know it, bro! GG, bro! Nice, GG, Bray! Nice combo, nice combo. Yeah, bro! You know,
I think that this lineup will achieve better results, I would say, because training with my teammates, I can see that we have like good chemistry.
And as Season 6 began, Bray and his team were proving exactly that.
And managed to bring every single one of the grid when pushing into the base, while we're looking at KLBJ completely suppressed down and completely pushed away. FMM is dead, KLBJ is dead.
Nice, guys. Sabar, don't overhype, Bray.
Don't overhype, Bray, yeah, don't
I saw Blade content that Dex say he want go sleep after our match because very easy.
But hidden beneath the dominance, buried in the regular season standings, was a detail most people didn't think much of. Because while RSG looked untouchable, they finished tied for first place, with a team that was hungry for blood.
Penalty pop, but it doesn't matter! Flash goes for the end! 2-1!
Today you guys were met with a challenge.
Team Flush wasn't just another opponent. They were the only team that saw the cracks in RSG, and they were waiting for the perfect moment to land the finishing blow. Led by Hades, Team Flash, often dubbed Hades Esports by the fans, knew exactly what it felt like to be crushed by the Kings. Even when they showed flashes of brilliance, RSG was always one level above. 6 months earlier, they were destroyed 4-1 by RSG in the MPL Grand Final.
down onto the core, but now we have Jace back again. Savage!
Not being pushed in, Vex trying to hold up.
Double Savage!
Savage again! Double Savage coming out from Oki as well.
Takes right down. Jane's gonna be the next person that's gonna
RSG!
RSG! Take the game! MPL Season 5 champion!
Though they managed to get a win against RSG in this tournament, the majority of people believed it was a fluke.
Anticipated.
Honestly, after the first game, I didn't anticipate a tough fight, but I think game 2, Lozy showed us why he's the analyst of the team. He analysed us.
But, for Team Flash, this wasn't just a trophy. It was about revenge, proving themselves, and a ticket to the M5 World Championship. RSG, however, didn't see them as a threat. And honestly, they had every reason not to, because in the upper bracket final, RSG sent them crashing down with a dominant 3-1 victory.
I've been waiting for this moment for very long because we lost to them in the regular season and I was quite unhappy about it. So I wanted to get my revenge.
Knock up the heavy spin, comes through onto him. Adamir goes in the back line with the penalty zone. Gets Oki. Praise's Wrath is landed down, but Hades goes down, and now Flash is chasing Low. Dives all the way for Lowly and Vanix. The flicker, but Sela lands a kill.
When we lost, I was just like, it's okay, just give them a free game.
Team Flash had to claw their way back from the brink just to face RSG once more in the grand final.
Adamir with that penalty zone! And now it's just a massive bloodbath against the two teams. They managed to get 4 members. Jay clocks himself a triple kill! And this is it! Sending Team Evos out of the competition, and Team Flash secures themselves a ticket, a one-way pass straight to the grand finals where they meet RSG.
October 22nd, the grand final. RSG wasted no time. They won the first 2 games in less than 15 minutes each.
We felt pretty confident going up against Team Flash after the 2-0. We won those 2 games when he's on the tank jungler. We were pretty much still anticipating what kind of assassins he can pull out in the next few games.
In Game 3, Hades finally showed his mastery on assassins, carrying the team through a grueling 22 minutes war to stay alive.
Pushing as many people as they can, but Team Flash, they're unstoppable! The Lord, once again, they take their first game!
There we go, cool as a cucumber. Team Flash takes it away, and with a surprising Hayabusa pick.
However, in Game 4, RSG responded instantly.
Okay, 5-man penalty zone, okay, Adamir make the miracle! NetherRealm already committed second life on the side of Team Flash, but then RSG won't be able to
They crushed the Hayabusa pick in just 11 minutes.
He's gonna march all the way in, and then again, one more sweep! RSG, one more game to M5! What?
To many, especially RSG, the previous Team Flash win was also a fluke. The series was now 3-1. All hope for Team Flash seemed dead. Statistically, a reverse sweep for an underdog was impossible. Bray was even seen throwing 4-1 signs toward Team Flash. They thought the game was already done. As good as Team Flash were, RSG were just something else. Game 5 was a desperate back and forth. RSG held the gold lead, while Team Flash survived purely on objective steals and capitalizing on mistakes made by RSG.
Hades! On the other side of the map!
Against all odds, Team Flash managed to pull off a backdoor when using the cockroach.
The pace! The pace! The pace! The pace! Oh! Struggles! What was that? They stay for another game!
Hades with the backs of his lifetime! They needed a miracle, and Hades delivered.
The score was 3-2. The Kings were slowly bleeding, but they were still the ones in control. They were still 1 win away from the title. They just needed to close the door in Game 6. Which brings us back to this moment.
They have to get out. Vanix is very low. Oki is still standing strong.
Okay,
Pumps the win of nature.
No, that's so bad for the side of Team Flash already, losing the damage level already. RSG, they still have Oki.
Adamir.
With the Junkie already committed, the Lord gets released by Team Flash.
And Jay right here getting knocked out, but he does have...
Kill.
Oh,
the shields, the heal, the damage leaks through!
Game 6. The moment where everything started going downhill. After a chaotic team fight, Team Flash was decimated. Only one man stood between RSG and their 4th consecutive trophy.
The super minions marching out.
They're trying
Then
to
again,
hang
it's
on.
also
Oki.
somebody Hades needs to find a deletion. Oki!
RSG had the numbers advantage while he was alone. He knew he couldn't win, but he could stall. Because maybe, that is a very tiny maybe, that he could defend. Adamir drew the aggro, distracting both the players and the minions, hoping he might buy some time. Everyone thought the game was over. Bray had every reason to just tap one more basic attack at the base and end the series, but he decided to use his ultimate on Adamir. Man, Adamir's aggro was just too strong. Bray even stood up and started celebrating. He thought it was over. The fans thought it was over. Everyone thought it was over. But suddenly, the base stopped taking damage. The victory sign everyone was expecting? It never showed up. Because in that exact split second, Bray decided to flex. His last allied minion died. Without a minion wave, the base gains massive damage reduction, and suddenly, the base became unbreakable. RSG tried damage control, but it was already too late. Their damage was mitigated to almost nothing. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending with the team you are supporting, Team Flash respawned, and not only managed to defend, but they also managed to get down 3 players, and marched straight down the lane to tie the series 3-3.
But he does have...
Oh, the shields, the heal, the damage leaks through!
And look at Jay, he's still running away, trying to catch up to Diablo. And he's just buying time. He's buying time.
Okay, 3v2 right here, ladies and gents. Team Flash on the cups. They do have a Lord in tow as well. The super minions watching out.
They're trying
then
to
again,
hang
it's
on.
also going to be Hades. Needs to find a deletion. Oki! Oki! Points set! The ladies and gentlemen, Archie has done it! 4 beats! But no! Wait,
Enemy! What is this?
Enemy! Wait!
Enemy, he's still going!
No!
He's still going!
What?
Wait! He's still going! No, look at this!
What on earth is going on?
Oh, they messed up!
With the Drunken! No!
Over!
Team Flash!
The game is over! Team Flash have done it! They're all
my gosh!
For 30 seconds
Wait!
at least! What was that?
I called it a little bit too early!
They hang on by a thread! It's because of the Lord!
I'm very sure it went down, but it's not over until Team Flash says it's over!
Exactly right now, and Diablo is still 5 seconds up right here.
Lord's
They're Flash. They're trying to end it. They're trying to go for the game 7. The Lord is still here though.
Lucia Cutie.
Phoenix.
What's that, ladies and
They're
gentlemen?
going for the edge. Game 7.
They bring us to a game 7.
Game number 7. What was that? Team Flash. RSG. He thought they got it. Oh, by a hair. What?
I am very sure.
Guys,
the core.
I'm shaking.
What was once a celebration became silence. What was confidence became panic. RSG had just thrown away their championship twice. Now, there was no more room for error. There was only one game left, and winner takes all.
With everything you got, this is the last game. Do or die. There's no more draft plans after this. There's no more meetings after this. This is everything on the floor.
In the history of the game, there is no pressure greater than a Game 7. RSG were mentally broken. They were tilting, desperately trying to stop a total collapse. And of course Team Flash could feel it. They were inches away from completing one of the greatest comebacks in Mobile Legends history. And what better way to double down on a team affected mentally than to pick Eamon in a do-or-die situation, a nightmare hero for low-rank and dark system players. With the Eamon pick, Hades was everywhere and nowhere at once, systematically dismantling the remains of the RSG dynasty. In less than 15 minutes, the miracle was complete. Team Flash executed a full reverse sweep against the most dominant team in the region.
Lucian
is down.
Dead. Phoenix just shredding top side. Bottom side looking weak as well. Team Flash going in a slow and decisive push.
Oh, the light is dimming.
The light is slowly fading. Oki.
They're coming in.
Crashing.
They're going for
onto Team Flash. Team Flash. There we go. They are your F5 representative.
They came from behind. Let me remind you, they were 2-0 down at the start of the night. Team Flash, it looked like they had no direct.
In a game decided by seconds, by pixels, by instinct, RSG hesitated, and that hesitation cost them everything. From one hit away from winning it all, to watching a dynasty slip through their hands. To give them credit, they tried to bounce back in Game 7, but the weight of that 1% was simply too heavy.
We gotta take it, and they wanted it more than us, and they were the better team today because they never gave up one single bit. Even though they look at us, they had to look up. All of us knew we were the stronger team, but they never gave up, and that is something that we can learn from our opponents. And that is something you have to respect them for also. You have to work hard for it. Championships are not easy. They think everyone outside thinks that RSG win 3 times in a row is easy. There's no such thing as easy championships that come on. You guys won 3 times in a row. That stands for something. Today is why MPL SG is so tough, and every single time when you guys come back,
They learned the hardest lesson the Land of Dawn has to offer. The game is never truly over until the screen says victory. Props to Team Flash for never giving up. They didn't just win a title, they earned it, proving that anything can happen in the Land of Dawn. One basic attack. That's all it would have taken to change history. Instead, it became the greatest throw in Mobile Legends history. Thanks for watching. If you want more clinical deep dives into the moments that define Mobile Legends esports, subscribe to Intricate. I'll see you in the next analysis.